Hi-5 Jeff from 2X Garage. Well, again, using Micah's lift. This time, what we're going to do is we're going to measure for a drive shaft. I do have the stock one for this, but the design on it is not going to be applicable for what I'm using by far. So I'm going to end up getting a drive shaft through Speedway Motors, and they show you online on how to actually measure for it if you don't have a drive shaft. For this application, it's super simple. What you do is you measure from the seal on the end of your transmission to the face of your yoke right here. Now it does state you need to do this at ride height, but what we're going to do is we're going to just show you like a quick way like how that would work. So if you go from the seal right there and go back to the face of that, I'm actually sitting at 59.25 inches. So we're going to see what the difference is on that, because what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up getting the yoke for this, the drive shaft, everything from Speedway Motors. It's a very reasonable price. It's very solid. There is velocity spin rates that are on that. And actually, I do want to thank Ryan from Streetcar Chronicles. Him and I had a conversation last week on drive shafts, and he was explaining like terminal velocity, all this high, super scientific street racing stuff. So I want to give him a shout out and kind of explain that all to me and kind of, point me in the right direction of what I need to do. So with that, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and lower the car, get it on the ground, and take a measurement. All right, so Micah's going to go ahead and lower the car down. Just a kind of a little safety thing. You see us, we use a lot of screw jacks when we're doing that. That's just to support the front and rear of this from, wobbling around when we're playing around with this thing. This lift Micah got, was it a couple months ago? Yeah, February. He's had this shop for probably a better part of 20 years. Love it. We've done a lot of work out here, and this was a much needed addition. Neither of us are getting any younger, so yeah, it's kind of a nice tool to have. So as you saw, we took our first initial measurement that doesn't actually show you anything, but we're going to kind of show you the difference and if you do it correctly versus incorrectly. Basically what I'm going to do then is I am going to crawl underneath the back of this car and take a measurement. See if I can actually get underneath there. All right. So it's at ride height right now. And what I'm going to do is get my crappy white shirt nice and dirty. Probably go from the back on this. Ugh. Now I do have these blocks that Micah had mentioned. Who makes those, Micah?
I can't even remember.
Race ramp. I do have race ramps that are meant for this, and it actually brings this car off the ground quite nicely. That would have came in very handy doing this, but they're not here right now, so we're going to do it the way most people would end up doing it in their garage. Ugh. Okay, so I am underneath the car right now. Sorry I don't have a camera with me.
Need a little more tape. There you go.
All right. So the bottom of that actually isn't that much far off. It was 59.25 before, and we are just about 59 3/8. There's a little bit of slip yoke play, so while there is a little bit of difference, it's negligible on this, but on most applications it is going to be quite a bit different. So yeah, so that's how you measure for a drive shaft if you don't have one and you're trying to find the correct length. Let me crawl out from underneath here. So yeah, it was only about 1/8 of an inch difference on that. So knowing now my actual drive shaft length, what rear end I have, all that kind of fun jazz, what we're going to do next, I'm going to go on speedwaymotors.com and we are going to order a drive shaft up. That's going to be nice and solid. To connect this TCI Super Street Fighter transmission that's made of this 521 cubic inch big block Ford. That goes back to the Ford 9-inch with a QuickTime Performance center section, 31 spline Speedway axles, Moroso wheel studs, all that fun jazz, Lakewood, drag shock. So this thing is not really set up as a street car. Kind of looks like it, but it's not. But in order to make everything go from the front to the back, you need a drive shaft. In today's world of technology, sorry to say, they don't make that in Bluetooth. See you tomorrow.